Hello everybody and welcome back once again to my F1 23 career mode campaign. This is season 3, round 6. We are at the Canadian Grand Prix at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. If you haven't seen the last one, which was the Spanish Grand Prix, do be sure to check that out. Before you check this one out, this is your last chance to do so before spoilers. It's been a very mixed start to the season, that's for sure, but last time out we took the win and a dominant victory it was, but we can't rest there. Our championship campaign is back on track, and you know what, I'm proud to say that between the team we have had a win each, so 2 wins for the team so far, but also in the first 5 races we have had 5 different winners. So that keeps things fresh and exciting, doesn't it? Why can't real F1 be like that instead of the constant Dutch national anthem fest that we currently have? No, seriously, on a side point to that, Max Verstappen is an elite tier driver and what he's achieving in F1 at the moment is absolutely phenomenal. Right, enough of that. Let's get back to our alternate universe. In the first 5 races, we have had Gasly win, we have had Norris win, we have had Verstappen win, we've had Drugovich win, and now we've had myself win. Who is going to be the first to grab 2 victories? I want to be that first. That would put me right back in contention for the championship, and we're doing everything we need to in qualifying right here because we've gone through Q1, we've gone through Q2, and just look at how hard I'm pushing as we come to Q3. Now the car is sliding out. We're basically drifting through that chicane. That is how hard I'm going. I am giving it all. We've gone a little bit deep into the hairpin though. That might cost us a tenth or 2, but it does allow me to get on the power nice and early. And Charles Leclerc, look at him setting the bar there with a 109.2. Charles Leclerc then currently on pole position, but are we going to be able to displace the Ferrari driver as we head out of the chicane on the straight? What is it going to be? It's very close, that's for sure, and I think it's P2. It is P2, so Charles Leclerc takes pole here at the Canadian Grand Prix. Can he become the 6th different winner in as many races, or are we going to take a second win of the season, or is someone else going to grab a second win? Or will we see another new winner? Could Sainz or Perez upset the flow? Canadian Grand Prix up next.
Montreal is not only the 2nd largest French-speaking city in the world, but it's home since 1978 to the Canadian Grand Prix. The name Villeneuve looms large over this one, but who can write their own legends today? It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, and Sparkles completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Sainz, Perez, Drugovich, Gasly, Ocon, Russell, Verstappen, Magnussen, Norris, Théo Pourchaire, Stroll, Bottas, Tsunoda, Albon, Joe, De Vries, Liam Lawson, Sargent, Oscar Piastri, and Nico Hülkenberg rounds off the grid.
Let's get this race underway then. We have 35 laps ahead of us. And we are go here in Canada, although those lights were on for a while when I was a bit slow to react to them. Leclerc is leading the way into turn 1. I can't get through and I was boxed in a little bit. And I went a little bit wide there. Sainz is having a look through. I've clipped the curb and I've nearly lost it. Sainz not quite able to get through. I've held on to second. But Charles Leclerc leads the way with me in second. Then it's Sainz, Perez and Drugovich rounding out the top 5. So our teammate looking pretty strong at this stage. But I want to keep close to Leclerc and try and get past him as soon as possible to lead the way here in Canada. Currently, Leclerc, Waters, Sainz, Perez, Drugovich. We come to the end of the first lap and look how close I am on the rear of Charles Leclerc. We're going to have a go down the inside and I'm completely outbraked myself and I'm having to go across the first corner. Oh, that was an ambition ahead of adhesion there. And we've lost 2 places. We are behind Sainz and behind Sergio Perez. but I think we're going to get back past Sergio Perez quite quickly here as we go down the inside of the left-hander. I've gone deep again, and Perez is going to try and have me around the outside. Perez is still there, and Sergio Perez taking that place back, but now he's going defensive into the right-left, and we've gone round the outside, and we have retaken P3, and we nearly lose it while doing so. And Drugovich is now having a go at Perez, because where we swept round the inside, outside, he's lost a bit of momentum.
10 to 15 minutes.
But we're keeping the Ferraris very honest here. And in fact, we go very deep, trying to avoid Carlos Sainz there. That was very close. At the moment, Ferraris are in a 1-2 position. And, well, will Ferrari do Ferrari things and blow it is the question. Leclerc, Sainz, myself in third. And I'm getting into the rear of Sainz and tucking into the slipstream, using the DRS. And this time, we get the braking spot on and go straight past Sainz, who up and unders us. Incredible from Carlos Sainz there. He is not going to give up P2 at all. Carlos Sainz just getting the up and under once we passed him. And just going round the outside with great momentum. Sainz holding on to P2. But at this time round, we're going to try and go around the outside, sweep around, and this time, Sainz is not able to hold us back. But Carlos definitely putting up a good fight. Here's a replay. We didn't really have a lot of room to do what we did, but we made it work, and there we are in P2. And I love the livery that we have on the car this season. Right, I've spent the next few laps now catching up with Charles Leclerc, Sainz, Perez and Drugovich still rounding out your top 5. And Leclerc, how are we going to get past him? Are we able to do it into turn 1? I don't think we're quite close enough this time, but we're getting ever closer, and, well, we're pitting in this lap. Also, rain is coming in this race, so with that in mind, I've gone on to another set of mediums, and I'm taking a gamble that we will have to change onto wets at some point before the end of the race. So it is a bit of a gamble, obviously, so that we can use tyres that are pretty quick, but also tyres that won't degrade so fast. But if this goes wrong, we will have to make a second stop, and that will not help us in this race. So it's a gamble, it's a brave one, as Pourchaire nearly hits the wall by the looks of that. But we're now going down the inside of the Frenchman, up into P11. Next up is Lance Stroll in the Alpine, who is in P10, and he shouldn't be too difficult to displace, I'm not going to lie. Here we are now just going for it. We're going to try and go to the round the left kink here, find the room, no room there. Stroll protecting his line down the inside of the hairpin though, and that is Lance Stroll displaced. Up ahead are Norris and Magnussen. Magnussen and Norris not really having the best days for themselves, but it's a good day for us as we have now displaced Charles Leclerc and we are ahead of him, but the rain is coming and the sky has darkened pretty quickly. And I just wonder, is the rain going to come before Verstappen, Gasly and co all pit? If it does, that does not work out for us at all. And one driver it's definitely not worked out for, as the rain starts to fall, is the Mercedes of George Russell, who is pulling off to retire. George Russell out of the Canadian Grand Prix, but it is now raining. Without shadow of doubt, it is raining. And are we going to be able to displace Gasly and Verstappen this lap? I can't do it here. We've got yellow flags preventing me. And I just wish I could go full send down the inside. Who is that in the lead? I think that might be Drugovich. I think Drugovich is leading the way. So Drugovich is in a very good position in this Grand Prix. As we now go to try and attack Pierre Gasly. We have attacked Pierre Gasly and we've got up into P3. Next up is Max Verstappen. But the track has got that much wetter, and it is Felipe Drugovich in the lead of the race. The track is now very wet, so we're going to have to make our pit stop this lap. But I'm going to try and get past Max Verstappen before making the pit stop. We have done that, but now we're going to get held up by Drugovich anyway, so that overtake becomes a little bit redundant. I'm hoping the team can get this done quickly, but it's not that quick at all. In fact, Drugovich has had a problem with his stop, which means that we've been held up behind him, and that costs us yet more time. But we should... Oh, that's really wrecked us there. That has really wrecked us that Drugovich had the problem on his tyre. Without that, we potentially could have been... Well, I wouldn't think ahead of Gasly, but we could have been closer. Those extra few seconds really costing us. But Drugovich has been able to maintain the lead, and right now is in the best position to win this Canadian Grand Prix. But there's a yellow flag here. It's Drugovich! Drugovich is facing the wrong way. Felipe Drugovich, while leading the Canadian Grand Prix, has completely lost it. And he was poised to get his second win of the season, but now it's all gone wrong for him. And that has put Max Verstappen into the lead of the Canadian Grand Prix. Yeah, Gasly in second place, but for how much longer? We've gone past him now, but I've kind of forced us both off the road there. I don't know if anything... Oh, that was a bit of a controversial overtake, but up into P2 we go now, and it's time to start applying the pressure with just a few laps to go to Max Verstappen. But the rain is getting ever harder, and I'm thinking, is it time for full wets? Oh my goodness me, what was that? That was some very late braking, which made us just skid straight off the road. And for sure, it's got to be time to start thinking about full wets, because look how wet it is now. But I'm more focused on trying to get past Verstappen. This is going to have to be a send into one. Round the chicane, nearly losing it there. That is how wet it is, and that's how many risks I'm taking. I'm going all out. I want this win. Right, into one. Diving down the inside. We've got the move done, but the safety car came out as we were doing the overtake. And in my mind, it's only fair that we let Verstappen back through. Right, racing is back underway. It is so wet now as we get ready to attack Max Verstappen. We're going to go down the inside of turn one, and this time there is no safety car to stop me completing the move. We take the lead with 2 laps to go in a rain-soaked Grand Prix that has been... there's been so much going on, hasn't there? It has been dramatic all the way through. That here, at the end of it, Verstappen dropping down to P3 in the end, and Leclerc, who was pole sitter and who led early race, down to P4. But look at, there's just no grip on these tyres anymore. The intermediate tyre doing next to nothing for me as the rain is absolutely teeming down. All we need to do now is just ease it round the last couple of corners, and we will take a second win of the season and a second win in a row to bring ourselves back into championship contention. Win number 2. Let's go, boys!
Fantastic drive, that's just fantastic, amazing, you deserve that race win, well done mate.
You can't fault the performance on the track today, a well-deserved victory. Natalie Pinkham, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, what a race. At the end of the day, it is all about raw pace, and our winner had it in spades today.
Welcome then to the podium, our top 3 drivers. What a great effort from them today in a very difficult race. Pierre Gasly, our
You've
championship
got to
leader,
love an
pushes
eventful
that lead
Grand
out
Prix,
even
and that
further
was definitely
after today's
eventful.
great performance.
There we have it then.
After
We
this
have
round of the
won the
World
Canadian Grand
Championship,
Prix.
he's helped us
Gasly
lead
in
the
second,
drivers' table.
Verstappen in
That's
third,
how
then
you
it's
go.
Leclerc
Who
and
would you rank
Perez
as your driver of
completing the
day?
top
I have
five.
to give it
Sainz,
to
Ocon,
Sparkles.
Stroll
It's
doing
time
a
to
good
see how
race in
things
his
are
home
shaping up
Grand
in the
Prix.
Constructors'
And it's a
Championship.
nightmare
No
day
change
for
in the top
Norris
spot
and
then,
McLaren
but
in
with
ninth
today's
and
points,
Magnussen
their hold
10th.
on that
Not what
lead
they
is
would have
getting
hoped for.
weaker.
But
After an event like that, who
in terms of the
knows what the sport
championship,
has in
it is
store for
getting
us next
interesting
time
now.
out.
It
Be
is
sure to join
closing
us
up
once again
because we are
as
on
we continue to
69
bring you
points.
all the excitement
Nice.
of
And we are
Formula
now
One.
19 points off the championship lead. So a great result for us there to bring us closer into contention. But you know what? My heart goes out to Drugovich, who was leading that quite convincingly. And that could have been his day today. But it's still a good team result for us, and we are now third in the Constructors. Guys, thank you for watching this installment of Career Mode. Don't forget to like, hit the subscribe button if you're new and you want to see more content from me. And until the next time, TTFN, ta-ta for now. Take care, guys.